Well, the first thing to note is that it's exactly that, right? It's an evolution, it's a transition. The launch didn't sort of one day change the way we do strategy in one go. It's going to be a learning process. But I think in terms of an ambition, as an agency, regardless of our individual disciplines or areas of specialism, we're trying to align behind a shared drive to deliver what we refer to as breakthrough thinking for clients. It is this philosophy that underpins our new approach to strategy. And really it's all about discovering new or untapped sources of advantage and designing communication solutions that break away from business as usual. Look, the trouble with buzzwords is that they often come with little substance. But the reality is that there's a copious amount of data being generated and made available to marketers every day. And it's a mission to try and make sense of it all. It's often intimidating, actually. And what ends up happening is people throw data charts into strategy presentations because data. But it's not adding value to our understanding of the client's challenge or contributing to the way, to the story of how we'll solve those challenges. So we've acknowledged this as an agency and decided to face the challenge head on. How? We're completely reimagining our strategic framework and process to purposefully build in a practical methodology that enables as many of our people as possible to source and structure data, and then using available tech stacks to enrich the data to identify meaningful, and dare I say it, breakthrough insights to inform strategic planning, investment, and even creative decision making. The context that we are operating in at the moment is something that we refer to as the new communications economy, right? And basically what we're seeing is a lot more data being thrown in our way. We're seeing consumer behavior changing in terms of they've got a lot more platforms that they can access media from, communicate with their friends, colleagues, whatever it is, through, and that sort of thing. So that multiplier effect of more ways to connect with people, more opportunities to connect with people adds complexity. We're also at a time where there are wars, there is economic downturns, there's load shedding here in South Africa. And all of these sort of macro factors are contributing to this new communications economy. So naturally clients are going to have their backs up. They're going to start thinking to themselves, I'm not going to let any type of activation or plan or strategy go to market. They're going to really hold us to account for everything that we do and for every rand or penny that we spend. So that creates a very interesting environment for us to operate in. And as much as we talk about breakthrough thinking, we also have to apply breakthrough thinking to the way we approach everything we do. So this requires a shift in mindset for us. Typically, the focus when addressing a brief is on building a strategic plan that has all the natural bread and butter elements, TV, radio, out of home. And then as an aside, we start to see people introducing one or two innovation ideas and proposing those to the client to consider. Now, in that kind of a scenario, the innovation elements need for the client to go and search for additional expenditure or additional budget to invest in them, which often leads to these ideas being shelved because the client simply sits back and says, well, this is the budget that I have, this is what we need to do, why should I go and look for more? Now, in order to counter that, the ambition is to focus on addressing the core activity and the innovation simultaneously. So we're looking to address media and creative or messaging at the same time in the same plan, with budget allocation balanced to drive both efficiency and effectiveness. Media agencies or agencies in general find it very challenging to find points of differentiation. And I think a lot of that can be attributed to the fact that most agencies have access to the same syndicated data sources or tools. The industry then is almost equalized in that regard. You know, everybody is accessing the same data sources, everybody has the same inputs into their strategy and planning. Now, when you have like for like inputs, you know, it can only naturally result in very similar outputs as well. And you know, we've always invested in developing proprietary tools to power our work and try and counter that sort of level of you know, democratization within the industry. Now, with our merger with Essence to form EssenceMediaCom, we've introduced a whole new tool set to enhance what was already a comprehensive set of proprietary technologies. And this really empowers our people now to continue to elevate their output at every stage of the strategic planning process. Now, what's really cool is that we combine this tool set with the massive data lake that we have from Group M and WPP, which results in, or which has resulted rather, in the birth of EMOS. And EMOS is the EssenceMediaCom operating system. And I think, you know, when you look around at the other agencies, the media agencies that we're competing with, there is not many that have a tech stack like this, or a tech stack organized into its own operating system. So really, this is a platform that allows us to house all of our collaboration efforts, our planning efforts, our activation efforts, and our optimization under one roof. This is accessible by all our people here in South Africa, across sub-Saharan Africa, and globally. It's accessible to our clients as well, so they can have the same view of what we're doing, and also accessible to our agency partners as well. And the real benefit of that is that we can start to manage workflow in you know, through this platform. We can have dynamic discovery of insights with all of our different partners contributing to our process. And ultimately, this should result in us delivering the breakthrough thinking that we've been talking about for our brands. So our tools are a huge part of our competitive advantage, but they're also a huge part of our clients' competitive advantage as well.